Okay. This is what I like to hear. I'm all in. I'm all in on this move. I've been saying I want to see Caitlin Clark train with some new higher level elite training. I want her to get the hell away from Indiana as far as training. I don't want her practicing with Stephanie White. I don't want her working with the Indiana Fever training staff, even though they're getting a new senior advisor and all that. I don't want none of that. I think there's a few things that Caitlin, if she add these few things to her bag, she's definitely unstoppable. Chris Brickley, legendary.
Okay, buckle up because this is wild. The whispers everyone's been brushing off? Yeah, they just turned out to be true. Chris Brickley, the iconic NBA trainer who's molded legends like LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, and Jimmy Butler, just dropped a bomb nobody saw coming. The Indiana Fever straight up blocked Caitlin Clark from training with him last summer. And no, this isn't about skipping a few workouts. It means the team literally stopped their brightest star from accessing the elite, game-changing training that could have made her unstoppable way sooner. It's a massive revelation that makes you question what version of greatness the world never got to see, and what priceless progress was traded away just to keep team control. This jaw-dropping twist rips open the truth behind Clark's offseason, exposing a fiery clash between player evolution and organizational ego, and the league cannot stop talking about it.
So today we got a really interesting clip from Chris Brickley, who is one of the top trainers in the entire world. And look, he is somebody that has trained a lot of NBA players. Like Jimmy Butler is one of his clients. He's like, his first client was Carmelo Anthony. He is genuinely one of the top trainers. I will say this though, I don't know how much of a difference individual trainers make.
And wait till you hear this. Chris Brickley was the one who actually reached out to Caitlin Clark first. That alone screams how massive her potential really is, and just how much respect she commands in the basketball world. His personal stamp of approval isn't just a compliment, it's a power move that signals a whole new level of what Clark could be destined to achieve in her career.
Chris Brickley, legendary NBA trainer working with the likes of Carmelo Anthony. When y'all saw Carmelo Anthony lose all that weight and get in shape, Hoodie Melo, he worked with Carmelo Anthony, Jimmy Butler, Donovan Mitchell, Trae Young, LeBron James, the best of the best, creme de la creme. He helps add things to your bag that translate to the game. He reached out. He wants to work with Caitlin Clark, and I think she should take full advantage of this and go to New York City and train with Chris Brickley and some of these NBA guys and add some things to her bag. Let's take a look at what he had.
Here's the thing. Chris Brickley's original offer wasn't vague at all. He made it crystal clear he wanted to work with Caitlin Clark because he saw untapped potential in her game that the world hadn't even glimpsed yet. Even though she's already a sensation, he'd admired her for years, and they'd even tossed around the idea of teaming up in past summers. Brickley truly believed she could reach insane new heights, saying she could become flat-out unguardable with just the right adjustments. And this wasn't flattery. It was a pro's cold, expert evaluation, a golden ticket to unleash a whole new level of dominance. For any player, especially a rookie, that's a once-in-a-lifetime chance to train with the absolute best.
I don't know how much of a difference individual trainers make. They all do the same shit. I think the real difference with these trainers is who you play against. Like, I know, I have a friend who was really like he was one of the best players in the American East Conference at D1. I think he was all conference team twice. Like, he wasn't this like NBA level guy, but a really good D1 level player. He used to spend his summers with Drew Hanlon.
But here's the twist. Indiana Fever had this so-called non-negotiable rule that completely wrecked the plan for last summer. Chris Brickley revealed that even though both sides were ready to make it happen, he would have been forced to travel to Indianapolis instead. The team, sticking to its precious policy, demanded that young players on their roster train only at the team's own facility. Sounds harmless at first, right? But that rule meant Caitlin Clark couldn't step foot in Brickley's elite New York City base, the heart of his magic. It stripped their collaboration of everything that made it special and left Brickley stuck, unable to deliver the full power of his world-class specialized training.
He said he would love to work with her. And I'm telling you, this is one, he's not the only trainer, but this is one of the trainers that could take Caitlin Clark's game to an entire another level from what it is already at. Let's take a listen.
Structure of the specific team.
Yeah.
So
You just called it.
Sometimes
some teams are like, no,
they've got
you need to be
people
with me a year for the first 3 years. This is happening with me and Caitlin Clark. So Caitlin Clark finished her rookie season. We've been talking for a few years, and
You worked with Caitlin Clark?
so we were going to work last summer, but
What's absolutely wild is how massive the fallout from that restriction really was. By forcing Caitlin Clark to stay trapped in Indiana, the Fever basically shut her out from the insane resources and competitive energy that Chris Brickley's New York facility is famous for. And no, this isn't just about shiny gym gear. It's an entire ecosystem built for elite growth. We're talking high-level sparring partners, cutting-edge analytics, and a hyper-specialized coaching crew. That single decision cost her the E, chance to train alongside real NBA caliber talent, missing out on that rare fire and intensity you only get when you're battling the best. For her development, it wasn't just a setback, it was a straight-up brick wall.
Players, and that's the big difference. This is who you're up against. It's not that these coaches are going to teach you anything different, it's who you're up against. And somebody who's one of the top skills trainers is going to have really good players to match up with and to get better against, whether that be male basketball players. It's a big difference than a Keith Porter. No offense to Keith Porter. But obviously, is there any responses? Let's listen to this.
You just called it.
Sometimes
some teams are like, no,
they've got
you need
people
to be with me a year for the first 3 years. This is happening with me and Caitlin Clark.
Now let's get into the real awkward part, the Fever's own training staff. The gap between them and Chris Brickley's resume is honestly staggering, maybe even a little embarrassing. Their lead trainer, Keith Porter, got name-dropped, and someone even pointed out that he once tore his Achilles. Yeah, not exactly the best sign of peak performance. His top client? Reportedly, Aaliyah Boston. And the so-called highlight of his career was described as simply making another player look decent at basketball. Brutal, right? But that's the point. It perfectly exposes the giant divide between Brickley's world-class reputation and the Fever's low-tier, inexperienced staff. No wonder fans are fuming over how such a golden opportunity for Caitlin Clark slipped right through the cracks.
The first 3 years, this is happening with me and Caitlin Clark. So Caitlin Clark finished her rookie season. We've been talking for a few years, and
You worked with Caitlin Clark?
so we were going to work last summer, but I was gonna have to go to Indianapolis, and I respected, like, when you're young on your team, you work out at your practice facility.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping now this off season,
I love it.
I'm hoping that she'll come to New York and we'll get some work. And
Caitlin, leave Indiana this summer. You need to take your ass to New York City.
So, what exactly did Caitlin Clark lose in this forced isolation? Chris Brickley's entire craft revolves around sculpting players with laser-sharp, high-level skills that translate directly into game dominance. His signature? Focus? Building an elite isolation game, perfect for helping Clark shred defenders without relying on endless ball screens, cutting down those blitzes and double teams that hound her. He's also a master at refining finishes around the rim, an area where Caitlin still has plenty of room to explode. Picture this, her blending James Harden's crafty stepbacks and deadly sidesteps, the kind of tools Brickley teaches that turn stars into straight-up unguardable forces. And yet, all of that next-level evolution was basically frozen in place, thanks to the team's rigid, self-sabotaging restrictions.
the first 3 years, this is happening with me and Caitlin Clark. So Caitlin Clark finished her rookie season. We've been talking for a few years, and
You worked with Caitlin Clark?
so we were going to work last summer, but I was gonna have to go to Indianapolis, and I respected, like, when you're young on your team, you work out at your practice facility.
And the amount of people are like, if he wants to work out with Caitlin Clark, he has to go to Indianapolis. You want, like, realistically, you don't want to be in Indianapolis. You want to be where his base is, so you can get all the facilities, you can get all the benefits of that. That's who you're working out against.
But here's where things get even darker. This whole mess exposes a much deeper flaw inside the Indiana Fever system. Critics are calling it a flat-out control problem, claiming the team truly believes Caitlin Clark, despite her once-in-a-lifetime impact, still isn't bigger than their program. It reeks of an obsession with authority, a refusal to recognize her as the generational talent she is, or to meet her unique developmental needs. Instead of pushing her to grow with the best training resources on the planet, the organization seems more focused on protecting its internal hierarchy. To them, outside help isn't opportunity. It's a threat to their control over their most valuable asset.
Caitlin, leave Indiana this summer. You need to take your ass to New York City and put that work in with Chris Brickley. I'm telling you, he's going to help take her game to the next level. Forget working out with Austin Kelly and Stephanie White. What's the dude, the trainer? He cool. Like, dude, he cool. He tore his Achilles too. Like, how the training staff tearing their Achilles and all types of stuff. I'm cool on all that. Forget all this working out in empty gyms. We need you doing that, and we need 5-on-5 bump. Chris Brickley is gonna have Caitlin Clark. She be in the gym with the best of the best.
Listen, let's be honest. Caitlin Clark's last offseason, which was clearly shaped by the Fever's in-house setup, has drawn some totally fair criticism. Sure, she worked her tail off, but missing out on diverse, elite-level training probably stalled her growth in a few key areas. That narrow focus on just shooting threes and basic ball handling, something even other trainers have quietly pointed out, may have kept her from battling top-tier defenders or mastering those intricate next-level moves needed for WNBA isolation play. In the end, that overly safe, boxed-in approach might have actually slowed her ability to fully adjust to the brutal pace and physicality of the league.
It does take away a lot of that. So obviously the Indiana Fever were not letting Caitlin go train in New York last year. Well, the Indiana Fever fucked her up badly last year, so I don't know. All these people think the organization can do no wrong. Like,
Yeah.
So I'm hoping now this season, this off season,
I love it.
I'm hoping that she'll come to New York and we'll get some work. And she's the reason why the WNBA has become so big.
I know.
would love to work with her.
Yeah.
An amazing talent.
She's
She changed the game.
She has absolutely changed
Yeah,
women's sports.
for sure.
Just
and I love
generally.
competitiveness too.
Oh man, I know.
so yeah, the Indiana Fever did not.
Here's the real kicker. The magic behind elite trainers like Chris Brickley and Drew Hanlon isn't just in their fancy drills. Anyone can copy a workout off YouTube. The real secret sauce is the access they give to world-class competition and elite sparring partners. As one insider put it, NBA juggernauts like Joel Embiid and Jason Tatum train with them not just for coaching tips, but because they're literally battling each other, constantly testing limits and sharpening skills at full throttle. These workouts even pull in top Division I college players to mimic real game speed intensity. It's that non-stop clash against the best of the best that forges greatness, and it's exactly the experience Caitlin Clark never got the chance to have.